ततो जयामुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9 and Text 21. Yannabhi padma bhavanan aham asam idya lokatraya upakaranaha yadanugrahena tasmai namasta yoga nidra avasana vikasan nalinekshanaya yannabhi padma bhavanadahamaasamidya lokatrayopakarano yadanugrahena tasmai namasta udarasta bhavaya yoga nidravasana vikasan nalinekshanaya yannabhi padma bhavanadahamaasamidya lokatrayopakarano yadanugrahena tasmai namasta udarasta bhavaya yoga nidravasana vikasan nalinekshanaya Yat, whose, nabhi, navel, padma, lotus, bhavanan, from the house of, aham, I, asam, became manifested, idya, O worshipable one, lokatraya, the three worlds, upakaranaha, helping in the creation of, yat, whose, anugrahena, by the mercy, tasmai, unto him, namaha, my obeisances, te, unto you, udarastha, situated within the abdomen, bhavaya, having the universe, yoga nidra avasana, after the end of the transcendental sleep, vikasat, blossoming, nalinekshanaya, unto him whose opening eyes are like lotuses. Translation, purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada. Translation, O object of my worship, I am born from the house of your lotus navel for the purpose of creating the universe by your mercy. All these planets of the universe were stationed within your transcendental abdomen while you were enjoying sleep. Now your sleep having ended, your eyes are open like blossoming lotuses in the morning. Please repeat. O object of my worship, I am born from that house of your lotus navel for the purpose of creating the universe by your mercy. All these planets of the universe were stationed within your transcendental abdomen while you are enjoying sleep. Now your sleep having ended, your eyes are open like blossoming lotuses in the morning. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Brahma is teaching us the beginning of Archana regulations from morning 4 o'clock to night 10 o'clock. Early in the morning, the devotee has to rise from his bed and pray to the Lord, and there are other regulative principles for offering Mangalarati early in the morning. Foolish non-devotees, not understanding the importance of Archana, criticize the regulative principles, but they have no eyes to see that the Lord also sleeps by His own will. The impersonal conception of the Supreme is so detrimental to the path of devotional service that it is very difficult to associate with the stubborn non-devotees who always think in terms of material conceptions. Impersonalists always think backwards. They think that because there is form in matter, spirit should be formless. Because in matter there is sleep, in spirit there cannot be sleep. And because the sleeping of the deity is accepted in Archana worship, the Archana is Maya. All these thoughts are basically material. To think either positively or negatively is still thinking materially. Knowledge accepted from the superior source of the Vedas is standard. Here in these verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, we find that Archana is recommended. Before Brahma took up the task of creation, he found the Lord sleeping on the serpent bed in the waves of the water of devastation. Therefore, sleeping exists in the internal potency of the Lord, and this is not denied by pure devotees of the Lord like Brahma and his disciplic succession. It is clearly said here that the Lord slept very happily within the violent waves of the water, manifesting thereby that he is able to do anything and everything by his transcendental will and not be hampered by any circumstances. The Mayavadi cannot think beyond this material experience, and thus he denies the Lord's ability to sleep within the water. His mistake is that he compares the Lord to himself, and that comparison is also a material thought. The whole philosophy of the Mayavada school, based on not this, not that, nethi nethi, is basically material. Such a thought cannot give one the chance to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead as He is. The Sanstha Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in this shloka, Lord Brahma is teaching us the beginning of the Archana regulations. That's what Prabhupada says in the purport. He is teaching us what we should do from the beginning of the day, 4 o'clock onwards, up to night, 10 o'clock. There are regulations. And Brahma himself is following those regulations. He saw the Lord was sleeping in the devastating waters. In the previous shlokas we have seen that. And then when the Lord opened his eyes, Brahma is already present to offer his prayers. And then so here he is mentioning about, he is glorifying the Lord that you are enjoying your sleep, now your sleep being ended, your eyes are open like blossoming lotuses in the morning. So since Brahma saw that the Lord was sleeping during the devastation waters, at that time universe was not at all the planetary systems were not yet created. They were all in the transcendental abdomen of the Supreme Lord. So the material energy is not active. Even that time, devastation waters, the Lord was sleeping on the bed of the serpent bed. So the material energy is not active, but the internal potency is always active. Otherwise, how are the arrangements that the bedding, and then Lord is having a lot of abharanas, his form, everything is there. But it's a different energy. Because the planets and other objects, the dresses, the various things that we enjoy in this world, they are not yet ready. Material energy is not ready. But still Krishna, the Supreme Lord, he is having all those varieties. He is already enjoying those varieties. So what is that energy? Which is not dependent on the material creation yet. For example, we are wearing all these, some abharanas and dresses and this and that, but they are all made out of matter. And that is not ready because it is devastation water. So Brahma knows this. The Lord is existing in his internal energy, which is inconceivable even to Brahma. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, no one can understand this inconceivable potency of the Supreme Personality. And then when he saw the Lord is sleeping apparently, he is sleeping. Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra Vasana Vikasan. So now, in the internal energy also there is sleep. That's what clearly you can see Brahma's perception. So the Mayavadis, they cannot understand the sleep. They don't accept that there can be any sleep in the internal energy. They can't understand. They think if you cross this material energy, if you become free, get moksha from the influence of these three modes, then what will be the situation? Let us say you transcended the three modes. Then what should be? What is the situation? Mayavadis think that it is there is no such thing like sleep or activities. They think it's all silence, unlimited silence. It's all just space. It's all light, an ever expanding light. They write big books on this unlimited silence. How you can do yoga yogasanas and pranayama and kapalabhati, all those things, so that you can experience that silence in the mind, where there are no thoughts, no intellectual exercises. It's simply awareness. And like that you will hear these statements when somebody goes for yoga practices. They're all aiming at that unlimited silence, which is not available. In the Brahma Jyoti, apparently they get this experience. But the point is that the living entities, he continuously wants engagement. He continuously wants engagement. Every one of us, we are continuously active. There is nobody who can sit silently, or nobody who can stop his mental thoughts, intellectual exercises, not possible. So that's why here Brahma, he understood that the Lord is sleeping doesn't mean Lord is under modes. Where do you see sleeping? In this world only. You see everybody is sleeping. And some people sleep 6 to 8 hours or 10 hours. Sometimes they want to sleep more. And we know when we get into sleep, it's inactivity, complete ignorance. We don't know what's going on in the room or in the things around. It's a indication of ignorance. Sleep, particularly excessive sleep, is ignorance. So Mayavadis, they see this, and they're wanting to go out of these modes. So they're seeing this. In the matter there is sleep. So if I can somehow come out of all this, then there is no sleep. So that's why Prabhupada is saying, impersonalists always think backwards. They think backwards. They calculate. They reason in a different way. They say, because matter there is sleep, spirit means opposite of matter. So there should not be any sleep. Their understanding of spirit is no matter. It's called neti. They'll say this is not. What is spiritual experience? Which is not material experience. This is their calculation. So from morning till night, they keep the Vedic literatures in front of them, the Upanishads or whatever, and the only duty is to analyze this neti. Very dry and very unattractive process. They use Sanskrit slokas and big sentences in order to prove their theory. So this is a problem. Moment they conclude something, then they come out with their own theories to prove that conclusion. It happens to us also. If you make up our mind, that's all, you will come up with various theories to justify. So similarly, Mayavadis have concluded that spirit means it should be, neti of matter. They concluded. So they use all their intelligence, whole life, to deny form, to deny nidra, to deny activities in the spiritual life. Jai Radha Govinda ki. This is what they do. Because there is a form in the matter, they cannot believe that spirit can have form. Why these things are emphasized again and again? Because this Mayavadi conception, impersonal conception, is very strong. It is there in every one of us, very deep inside. These Mayavadi concepts are very strongly there. You can't believe some of these things. That's why Prabhupada is saying this conception is so detrimental to the path of devotion, is so detrimental that you will see all the acharyas repeatedly condemning this Mayavada. They can't believe that some things are possible there. For example, here the focus is on Yoga Nidra, our son. How can Lord sleep? Sleep means ignorance. How Lord can have ignorance? But actually Lord's sleep is not ignorance. He is not sleeping like our sleeping. Not. His sleeping is in internal energy. What is the meaning? Sleeping is also transcendence. When we sleep, we go through deep sleep, dreamy state. We have these three states: wakefulness, and then Swapnavastha, dreaming stage, and then Sushupti, deep sleep. Everybody goes through these three. But Krishna, when he sleeps, he doesn't have any of these states. There is no deep sleep, there is no Swapna or nothing. He has no such. He is always in transcendence and is always blissful. The bliss never leaves his body. Is Satchidananda. Ananda is always part of his body. There is nothing like his, so that is called transcendental sleep. Yoga Nidra is enjoying. So that enjoyment is not an ignorant enjoyment of this world, but is actually always transcendentally situated. Actually, the very fact that we understand these three stages, there is wakefulness, we know there is a dreamy, and we also know there is a deep sleep. The very fact that these three states are experienced by us shows that the spirit soul is different from this body. This is one more argument. I am not this body. How do you recognize? The very fact that you are able to see that there was a deep sleep, there was a dreaming stage, you are observing all the stages you are able to see, that means you are different from this body. If body is in deep sleep, and then you are also body, then you will not realize. But because you are separate from the body, you are able to see, yes, I had a very deep sleep. See, very interesting. So this is one more argument. Dehuno yasminada dehe, that is one argument. This is one more argument to prove that we are actually not this body. Body may go through deep sleep or whatever, but still soul can be conscious of these three states. So Krishna, moment Prabhupada is saying the main problem with these people is that the mistake is comparison with the Lord as himself. They compare with themselves. Lord is also like me. One day I can also become Krishna or Narayan. And then so they apply all the limitations of themselves onto Krishna. When I sleep, I go into deep ignorance. So Krishna's sleep is also like that. Here Garbhodakashaya Vishnu sleep. So you can see the sleep, Yoga Nidra is there in Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. It is there in Karananashaya Vishnu. Ekarnanannava jale bhajatisma Yoga Nidram. And then so Mahavishnu or Karanana Vishnu, when he sleeps, in that Yoga Nidra only he is creating all the universes, in unlimited universes. So that way his Yoga Nidra is also unlimited. If you want to sleep, who is the supreme sleeper? That is also Krishna. You can't compete with Krishna, even in sleep. The unlimited sleep. So these are the apparently contradictory concepts that a Mayavadi cannot fit into his mind. But whereas the pure devotees like Lord Brahma, they accept, yes, Lord is there, and he is just opening his eyes. Vikasan nalinekshanaya. Krishna's eyes are always compared to the blooming lotuses. Very beautiful to see, and such eyes are just open, and so Brahma, he is already present to offer his prayers to Krishna. So devotees also should be ready in the temple hall before the conch shell blows. Prabhupada is reminding us that we all have to attend Mangalarati. And we have to be there before Lord is ready. When the conch shell is blown and the curtain is open, before that only we should be ready. And there are regulations. Archana regulations means from morning till 9. As soon as we get up from the bed, we should, here you can see, devotee has to rise from his bed and pray to the Lord immediately. This is first training. As soon as you get up, you pray to Guru, Krishna, or at least chant Hare Krishna. Because our sleep is full of ignorance. We have forgotten everything. Krishna, everything is forgotten. We are in a dreamy world. Actually, we get up from the dreamy world. In the early hours, dreams come. And so, when we wake up, we are actually waking up from dreamy stage. So, in the dream, we don't know what and all we go through. Even that can be trained up. Prabhupada is saying, if you train up nicely, even in the dream also you can be Krishna conscious. Now Prabhupada is telling the example of how he is cooking and he is eating prasadam. You want to eat a lot of prasadam or a very nice variety which you are not getting or waiting. You eat nicely in the dream. So many, one anda of all those sweets. Nicely you eat. So, it's not easy to think of Krishna in the dream. Not easy. So that requires whole day. If you are Krishna conscious, then in the night, in the dreams, you can be Krishna conscious. Sometimes people give a lot of value to these dreams. They become very disturbed or perturbed by dreams. Like one person is asking, I saw such and such a dream. What is the meaning, Swamiji? Some dream he got and he wants to understand. Said, no, there is no meaning to this dream. What is the explanation? There is no explanation. Don't worry so much about these dreams. Like one Mataji, she was asking, I dreamt that I am chanting some spiritual mantra, I think connected to Hanuman. I said, that's very good. It's auspicious that you could see Hanuman and then you are chanting, you are fortunate. But do chanting in the wakeful state also. Don't go only with your dreams. In the dream, see. So Prabhupada never gave so much of importance to this. Mind is like that, it creates a dreamy world. Mind is active. Even in the dreams, mind is active. So it creates all these hallucinations, a dreamy world. If there are some desires which we strongly desired in the past and which cannot be fulfilled now because of our current situation, we're all practicing devotees, those dreams will, those desires gets fulfilled in the dreams. Krishna takes away such strong impressions in the subconscious through these dreams, so that we need not have to experience such things in the practical world. So, like that, there are certain purposes why we go through these dreams. So instead of worrying so much about what is this meaning and this and that, simply you go on practicing Krishna consciousness. How to become Krishna conscious during my day. This should be the goal. So as soon as we get up, we pray to the Lord, and then we fold our bedding, our blanket and all that, and then we go to the bathroom, washroom. We keep our suchi kit clean, and then we clean ourselves. While doing all this also, we try to remember Krishna. During bathing or whatever, we can chant Hare Krishna. Always these physical activities may be going on, but we have to see whether I can increase my consciousness of the Lord, even during these mundane activities. Sometimes some people ask, when I was in washroom, can I chant? Why not? Even Mahaprabhu approves that. Even when you are in the washroom, you can chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let the mechanical activity go on, but then at least you can be conscious of the Supreme Lord. Because there is no guarantee that when you go to the washroom, death won't come. There is no guarantee. Oh, this man has gone to washroom, let me wait. No. In fact, there is one instance like that. One of the devotees' father, he went to washroom, and then he never came back. He went inside, looks like he slipped, fell down, his head hit the basin, and he is unconscious. By the time the family members recognized and went inside, he is already gone. So, if death can come anywhere, Krishna can also come anywhere. You can chant Hare Krishna. This is our training. Why all these Archana regulations from morning till night? So many regulations like this. So devotees, they should not think regulations, rules and regulations as a botheration. They should not see that these are all, limiting me. It's a problem. No. A nicely situated devotee thinks these regulations as safety. I am protected. Now I clearly know where is my freedom, where is not my freedom. He clearly knows. A devotee takes these regulations as a protective measure. He will not resist the rules and regulations. Because only a liberated soul like Narada Muni is free to do anything and everywhere, go everywhere or anywhere. So first of all, we should realize that we are very conditioned. Particularly the rules and regulations connected to attraction towards the opposite sex. Attraction towards the sense object, these rules have to be rigorously practiced. We cannot be loose. And that becomes sahajiya, imitating a higher stage of freedom when we are still attracted to this material world. It is dangerous. Goal should be to increase our attraction, and while increase our attraction to the Supreme Lord, and somehow, not to get attracted to so much of this world. But when the worldly attraction is increasing in our heart, how is it possible that we can be attracted to Krishna? Worldly attraction comes in innumerable forms. It's not only in the form of some sense objects. We get attracted to whom we preach. We get attracted to preaching result. We get attracted to our own ideas. We get attracted to our own systems. We get attracted. So many attractions. Attraction comes in various forms. Let us say we preach to someone and then somebody becomes a devotee. we become implicated. We get influenced by that object. When Krishna creates, he is not attracted to he can be detached from his creation. So that's why it's called renunciation. Krishna has got a greatest opulence, that is called renunciation. Is not it? He says, the whole universe has to go. Okay, go. Is not. So these things are very important. Devotees have to learn after how I have to manage my mind and emotions. No possessiveness, no attachment to this worldly affairs. We are dovetailing all those things in Krishna's service. So, if you can also dovetail these attachments to enhance Krishna's service, that is fine. But if you cannot, then it will simply hamper our services. It will disturb our service. Anything disturbing our service, anything which is hampering our service, that is Maya. Very simple definition. If something is finally all your endeavors and this and that ends up in Maya, then what is that we are achieving? So that's why these regulations are given, Archana regulations. From morning till night, how we have to manage our life. If somebody can manage like that, extremely fortunate, he will have freedom increasing in his life. Slowly, step by step, our freedom goes up, and then we will be able to render more and more services to Krishna. Any questions? Srila Prabhupada